Alicia and I'm an Enterprise Services Engineer here at Tanium. What would you do if someone asked you to create 5 computer groups in Tanium? What about 50 or 500 computer groups? While this can be done in the console, today I'm going to show you how the TanRest API can help you automate these more tedious tasks. For this, you'll need the TanRest.zip file, which you can procure from your technical account manager. Please make a note of where you save this file because we'll be using it in our tutorial. Let's get started. So here on the left, we have the old way of doing things. And as you can see, most of this code is spent establishing the web session and parsing out the session key, which we need to use in order to make other API calls. And with the TanRest module, a lot of this code is abstracted away so that you can just focus on doing the work that you need to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is import the TanRest module, and I have the path where I downloaded TanRest onto my machine locally. In order to get this zip file that you need, you're going to need to reach out to your TAM. So now that I have the module imported, I'm going to run this just to get the functions loaded up. I'm also going to copy over the Tanium server URL, which we still need to pass in when we're trying to set up a web session. And I don't need the API v2 stub. That only applies to the old way of doing things. So now I can go ahead and create this web session. So web session equals, and the way that I do this is by calling the function new-tanium web session, which was imported in when we imported the TanRest module. The Tanium web session takes in all of these parameters. The only one that we really need is server URI, which is our Tanium server URL that we just declared. And I'm also going to pass in the disable certificate validation because I'm in my home lab and I don't have certificates set up yet. So now we have the web session established, and I can go ahead and start creating my management rights group. So in order to do that, I'm going to copy over this data, and the data that I need, I took that from the API documentation. Each call, if it takes a parameter, is going to have a different format for what it needs, so definitely refer to the documentation for that. So here I have old API test. I'm going to just call it TanRest test group. And now that I've declared my data, the way that I create a new management rights group is by calling another function, new-tanium. And anytime you're creating a new group or asking a new question, it'll be prefaced with new dash. And I know that mine is called new-tanium core management rights group. Again, it shows me the parameters that I need to pass in. So I need to pass in data, which is the JSON that I just declared up here. And obviously I need to pass in my web session, which is the first thing that we established. And with that, I can run this and get back the ID. So, first I need to just pass in my credentials so that this can actually log in to Tanium. And we get back the ID of my new management rights group. Thanks for watching. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to your TAM or find us at community.tanium.com.